Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the 2-3 Zone. Tony's Picks look at the WNBA. It's Ion Friday, Ron. We've got three big games here in the WNBA on Friday, and we know we did see some of the action come home on Thursday. We saw Connecticut spring the upset against Washington. Oh boy, Washington. I don't know what's going on, but they
Done with them.
pretty much are seeing this season fade away, Ron. I was on Connecticut there a little bit. We also saw Chicago. Hats off to the sky. They won their Super Bowl here, Ron,
They did.
against the Liberty Right. Maybe the fade spot next time. Hey, maybe they're playing a little motivation. Reese was terrific in the game, obviously. Really happy for her to get that win. And look, no one's going to look back on this and say it was a great season, but she showed everything out there in that one. And then
They did.
Atlanta knocking off Minnesota here in a big game for them and
Yes.
picking up that win late. That was a thriller. Actually, got to within one late, and Atlanta kind of pulled away with some clutch shooting. Any takeaways from those three on Thursday?
Yeah. If you look at it, I don't know what the record is. I have to go back and look, but like in the past week, the bottom three feeders are just covering spreads left and right, man. Dallas, Connecticut, and now the Chicago Sky covering. So, I mean, we knew that was going to happen. New York just doesn't cover those kind of numbers at home, and they really don't need to. Not after they just got that monkey off their back, the Lynx. But yeah, the Lynx. Courtney Williams misses a couple layups. That should have got to overtime. I did have a premium on the Lynx, but I'll take that loss. But I do have another best bet on the Aces, which they're looking good pretty much right now. But yeah, I'm done with the Mystics, man. In fact, Solo texted me. He's like, I'm done with the Mystics too, because it is just just unbelievable. But I do have to say something real quick, Ramon. Justin had a family emergency. I'd like everybody for prayers for his family. He's at the hospital with those individuals, so he'll be back with us as soon as possible. But just pray for his family.
Much love to Justin and Bam here, and we'll get him back on as soon as we can here. He'll be joining us for
I'm
sure. So,
sure he'll be in the chat probably in the morning and put in his plays. So
let's dig in here with our three
yes,
pack of games. Eye on Friday here. So let's take a look with Seattle here on the road against Dallas. Seattle favored here by 8.5, 169. I know Dallas has lost three straight, but I have to think that the storyline of this game is Paige Becker's coming off that
absolutely.
incredible performance, 44 points in the last game. And look, Dallas is playing out the string, but Ron just told us what's going on, and it just seems a little bit topsy turvy at this point. But still, no joking aside, Seattle, this is a very important game for them in the standings right now, given that they are 18 and 18 here right now,
Mm.
Ron, and on the cusp. Of the playoffs, they need to keep winning here right now. They are in eighth place and the last team in right now. Can't afford to lose.
Yeah, they do not they can't afford to lose because they're sitting at 6, 7, 8, right around that area right now. But yeah, it was a Paige Becker show. That was my best bet last night for the Dallas Wings. I got 7.5. I was worried it got up to 8.5. I was like, oh, I didn't get the best number. But you look at this the Seattle team, they just don't cover that number on the road. I mean, there's 8.5. They've only won by 9 one time, and that was at Connecticut, and that was 101-85. The rest of their games on that road, they're not covering those big numbers, kind of like we look at the Liberty tonight, not covering the big number at home. I think it's too many points. I do worry that Paige had such a great game. I don't know if she's going to come out flat. She might even rest. We never know with her. But yeah, what a hell of a game by Paige. I mean, she got the minute, should have won the game, kind of just like the first meeting between them and the Sparks, that 1 point game. But again, I think it's too many points. I think Seattle wins the game comfortably, but we're not going over 10, I don't think. So give me the Dallas Wings plus the 8.5, 9, whatever it is right now.
Yeah, and you don't want to have too much focus on one player, but Ron, when you're playing out the string a little bit, you get your team to buy in a little bit too, and kind of urge your star there maybe to have another repeat performance. I know what you're saying about Beckers. We're not saying that she wouldn't play because of wanting to take the day. It's just that she has been battling those back spasm, those back problems. That hopefully she is fine and ready to go, because I have a feeling that she might light it up again here, and our teammates might help her. It's going to be hard to get up a 40.
You're going to need Maddie to help her out for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, when the
Gumbawale is going to be out again, by the way. So.
Oh, see, and when the focus is on it, but the funny thing about that performance was it just snuck up on you really big time there, and just kept piling them on there. I'm going to go over 169, and this one, look, Dallas actually is not a big time. Seattle's a more over team than Dallas really, but maybe because of the situations that they've been in a little bit, and it hasn't been a great season, but they can compete here in this one. And it didn't. I don't think it went over in the last game with that 44 point. But remember, that was LA and Dallas, right?
Yeah, but they had the darn thing set at one. Well, when we did the show, it was like 180, and then went up to 184, 185. I mean, it was an easy under. We got that far up. So yeah.
All right, I'll take over 169. Ron says take Seattle plus 8.
No, take Dallas.
Dallas, yeah. Of course, plus 8.5. Dallas Wings plus 8.5. And hey, look, that probably solidified the rookie of the year, even with the great year that the
great
mistakes, and she missed the time or whatever. But come on, that's look, she's going to be a big. Someone had mentioned she's going to be a problem in this league. She's going to be a big star, and she is a big star in this league already. Make no mistake.
Use Carrington right now. Tell you that much. That's
Minnesota on the road here, taking on Dallas, and yeah, we just saw Minnesota lose a game on the road. They gave a lot of effort for sure, and they're on the back-to-back here at Indiana. Now the line is 6. No Clark still, of course, and maybe we'll see Collier here. She's questionable here, Ron. You and I tried to get her in the lineup, but it did make sense that maybe one more game here, but now not doubtful anymore, questionable here. So we're moving close, and maybe that 6 does say something. Now it also says what we already know, and you'll tell us all about Indiana. They're about down to their 9th string guard here, Ron, right now. So Minnesota 6, 163.5. And Indiana does have a little room to work with, even though they are an underdog here. You don't want to lose them all from here, and you do need to take advantage of your home games. They are an underdog, of course, to the best team in the league. But I will say you can lose and still be alive for your playoff spot. But that's probably where Indiana is right now. They still are going to need a few more wins, though, this season to get the playoffs.
Yeah, so they've fallen down to the 5th or 6th spot under the Aces right now, and yeah, it's gonna be tough for Indiana. Valkyries are right on their heels too. Valkyries are playing good ball. We got Seattle still hanging in there, and the Sparks are obviously pressing too. I think the Mystics are pretty much done after tonight's performance. But you look at Indiana, it's like, man, it's just the injury bugs really got them. You know, losing McDonald, losing Colson. Now you lost Sophie Cunningham. It's tough, and I don't know how they're going to score with all those bodies on the floor. And now you get the Lynx, who's probably pretty ticked off. They should have had that game tonight. Missed a couple free throws, missed a couple layups. It just fell away from them. Cheryl Reeve did some weird lineup moves tonight. I didn't quite understand. I know Shepard was one of her big bodies she wanted to put in there without Collier being in there, but I'm still looking at, I think Minnesota still, they're going to get back tomorrow night and take care of business. But if you look at Minnesota, and I called it in the other 2-3 zone yesterday, Minnesota is still the best defensive team in the league, and slow pace. And now you got an Indiana team that really, where's the scoring going to come from? You know, they signed a few, but I just don't know. Odyssey Sims, of course, they signed her. Lexi Hall is going to have to step it up. Kelsey Mitchell can't do it all by herself. And I just look for another under here. It's 163.5. I think we'll go under that one.
Yeah, and I think for this matchup, look, Minnesota on the back-to-back. I don't want to keep having to refer to that, uh, you know, hey, we're in first place, the complacency factor, because they certainly played very well against the Dream. The Dream just played a terrific game too. I thought in that game, I
They
think
did.
they knew the pressure's on them. On the Dream, they'd like to get that second spot, and I think they're gonna right now here. With the Liberty,
Liberty lost tonight
yeah,
too.
that was a big switch because they were tied entering, and now all of a sudden the Dream are in second place. But as far as this one, I'm still gonna try to go with the Indiana, rely on that coaching, rely on the fact that they are still in need of winning this game. Now they only have to cover, and Minnesota, yeah, they're the best. We know it, and they're the best, and they're going to win the whole thing. Maybe the way things are going, but you still back to back. You got to come in here and take on a team where they still have a tremendous home court advantage here as well. Although Minnesota does travel pretty well for the WNBA road team, so I'm going to go ahead and take the 6 points. It'd probably go up to 6.5, to be honest with you, Ron. And I'm going to grab the points here. Ron says go under 163.5 with Minnesota and Indiana. Here's the thing, Ron, and look, I'm not that guy. You know that I'm not that guy that talks about the conspiracies or whatever. But Caitlin Clark is going to get better, and better meaning healthy. And they need Indiana in the playoffs, no matter how you look at it. This league, yes, we just set the
No, I get you. I'm with
yeah,
you. I'm with you on that
record
one.
attendance this year in the league, just set
They'll
this week,
sneak in. They'll
but we
sneak.
still got to get it going
Mhm.
here a little bit. Yep. All right. Got one other good one here. Wrap it up with another back-to-backer here with the Phoenix Mercury. They were in action when we were filming our show here. They're up against the Valkyries. Phoenix will be at home here, probably upwards of an 8.5-point favorite. This one may fluctuate after tonight's result that we don't know about. And the total, probably about 158.5, if that, of course, because we know how these Golden State games kind of go. But what do you think here, Ron? Make no mistake, important game for both teams. Phoenix trying to still stay up there in the top 3 or 4, and Golden State, you mentioned it, they're right there in 7th place right now.
Yeah, you know how I feel about this Golden State team. They just they keep covering as an underdog, and I'm not going to throw out the first half. Don't worry, I'm not going to throw it out. It's obviously legitimate, because they do cover those first halves as an underdog and religiously do it. I mean, it's sick how they can do it. Problem is they're at home, they're a pretty good team as far as offensively, but on the road they struggle a little bit offensively, but they still play great defense. And if you look at, and like I said, we don't know what Phoenix is going to do tonight, but I'm going to look at probably about a 6 or 7 point game if that land comes out around 8. Because the last game was 98-91 in Valhalla. I got hooked on that one. I had 7, and it went, or 7.5, and it went 7. So the other meetings were kind of close in favor of Golden State. So I think Golden State will cover it. I do think Phoenix wins, and if they get hammered tonight, they'll probably blast them. So it all is really contingent on what's going on in Vegas tonight. But for now, I'm going to look at the plus 8.5, plus 9, whatever it's going to be in the morning for the Golden State Valkyries.
All right, Ron, you're taking a Golden State, you say, plus these points?
Yeah, I'm taking Golden State plus the
In
points.
this one, okay, yeah, for sure. I think I can get behind that for sure. They keep covering here right now, no doubt about it. And 22-13 ATS, not many teams are topping that right now for sure. Phoenix, though, has been a pretty decent cover for sure this season. One of the better covers, it feels like, here this season. So, all right. And I got to go under here in this one with Golden State and Phoenix right now, mostly because of the way Golden State is going, but also note Phoenix, though, in some of these last few games, definitely had some unders in there. I know the last 2 wins went over, but remember, they were going under in games against Vegas, Atlanta, and Indiana before that. And I'm not sure the Valkyries get you caught up in a game like they can with Seattle, even though that last game, I mean, that was, to me, an outlier in that 98-91 game. So I'm going to go back under here in this one with Golden State and Phoenix. And Ron says take Golden State plus 8.5 on Friday. Okay,
Yeah, Golden State's like 12-21 to the under this season. And like we talked about, 24-10 in first half ATS is just sick. And then are off 2 home losses in a row because Atlanta got them. Remember, two non-covers. They're 5-0 ATS after that. So I'm sticking with the Valkyries.
All right, let's do it. And Ron's on the Valkyries. I'll take the under in this one. That's going to do it for the 2-3 zone. And Ron, what's going on here? It's Friday night coming up, so we're going to have a big weekend. I know here at Tony's Picks with the start of college football and some other great sports this weekend.
Yeah, I hit four out of my last 5 best bets. So hopefully we'll hit it with the aces tonight and get that one out of the way. So get a nice winner. Baseball's been hot. Went 3-0 today. Just wrapped it up with the Houston Astros over the Baltimore Orioles. That was a pretty good day for me. Got your Padres on the run line there, Ramon. And, of course, the spreadsheet play of the day. You can check that video every night at Tony's Picks. That was the Oakland Athletics. So, yeah, good day in baseball today. But, yeah, we got college football on Saturday. I am excited. Cannot wait. I'm going to probably lay back a little bit, watch what's going on, see what kind of changes. We got some head coach changes, offensive coach changes and defensive coordinator changes. So we got to see exactly how these teams are going to fare. But right now I'm looking at the Hawaii Rainbows on the money. Yes, sir. I don't like the way that Stanford plays as a road dog. So I'm gonna look at Hawaii on the money line. There's your free one for Saturday night.
Yeah, fair enough for sure. I mean, Timmy Chang should have his best team in there, and Stanford. Remember, a late coaching change here, bringing in Frank Reich. Actually, probably a good move for them, working under Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
But maybe just a little bit late to the party in Stanford. I don't want to labor on this a little bit, but there's a little bit of momentum lost a little bit in some of these games right now. Sure, you still can play Cal every year, but you got to be feeling like the fans. I mean, how exciting can you get about some of the teams that come in here when you're not playing UCLA, you're not playing Arizona, you're not playing Oregon? That has to be a little bit of a damper right now on why the program is kind of feeling it a little bit. So, all right, great job, Ron. Appreciate it. I got some picks over at Tony'sPicks.com as well. Check me out over there. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% off all the premium pick packages. I'll be locked and loaded here for a premium on Friday night in the W and this weekend as well in college football and more. So check us out. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Tony's Picks, here on YouTube. For Ron Crawford, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us. 2-3 Zone.
Good luck, everybody.